Hey guys, I'm still out here working on Snowball. It is dark as night because it is night, and I think, in fact, I'm fairly certain that I'm going to title this episode "Shitty Developments" because I've had some shitty developments. Let me show you what they are. I've been fighting with getting a front motor mount built for 2 days now. It should be super simple, except every time I try to do something, it doesn't work out. So I think I got it figured out now, except I went and set the motor level, and there's other problems. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to live with the upward tilt on the front of the motor. If I tilt it a few degrees up, it works out fine the way it is now. But I don't like it. It doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right. I don't know if I can live with it. I got to put the fan on. I wish I had an angle finder, but I don't. A turbo. Okay, a turbo has to sit flat, front to back. It can only withstand a 15-degree tilt in either direction until it starts putting oil either into the intake or the exhaust. Turbo seals are mechanical seals, and they don't work like you think they are. They're not rubber seals. They're just a band of metal with a groove in it, kind of like a piston ring. And if you actually get oil against it, if the oil is not allowed to fall straight through the turbo from the top to the bottom to the drain, or if the drain is restricted, you end up getting oil out of those seals because it's not a total seal like you might think it is. So that's the reason I don't know if I can live with a rearward tilt on the motor. And I don't have a degree finder to find out if it's an acceptable degree where I need it. So let me I've had a couple of beers, that's why I keep burping. That's also why I'm complaining. Let me show you what I got. The motor is sitting level, absolutely level. This is what happens to the mount when it's not properly bolted down and it's not solidly bolted to the frame on that side because of the cantilever action. If you watched the last video, I told you that's the whole reason I'm having problems with this. Now, I've got a lot of stuff done to this. The problem is I need a couple of bushings to tighten that up, and I don't have them yet, so that's going to be straightened out. However, with the motor sitting like this, which is how I would love to have it, I would then have to cut off and move and re-weld all of that shit, because that plate needs to be not level. It is built, if you look at the cross member pad underneath it, it has a slightly rearward angle. That's fine. It's not much, a couple degrees. But it needs to fit fairly flat. So I would have to, of course, cut all that loose, set the plate back flat, then find out where everything needs to be for that, put it there, make pieces, whatever I had to do, and then re-weld it. Ugh. Now let's move back here. You see the problem? The transmission is sitting so damn high, it's pushing the floor pan up off of the floor. Or the transmission tunnel up off the floor. And I mean, it's direct contact there. So, I don't know, haven't measured, just did all this because I'm about ready to go in for the night, but you can see, once again, sitting level, how much higher the transmission is in the transfer case. You can kind of see it in one picture there. It's not cool. It's about an inch. Okay, an inch vertical. That's absolutely unacceptable. And I've put the shortest bushings, motor mount bushings that I have in. and with the shortest bolts to compress them in as far as I could. And by the way, in case you didn't know, there are different length shoulder bolts for deuce and a half motor mounts. Drastically different, like a half an inch different. So if you put a bolt in and tighten it up and it doesn't even get anywhere near tightening up, your mount is still loose and wiggly, you probably put the wrong bolt in. Anyway, so the only thing I can figure is either run it like it is with the rearward tilt, which I had it there earlier today and it would work fine. Or I'm going to have to take my motor mounts off, cut the outer brackets off, move them up an inch, and re-weld them, which sucks stinking crusty ass, because I put a lot of work into this stuff. And okay, by measurement right now it sits a half an inch higher than it should be, but that's with the shortest bushings, which are about a half an inch shorter than the taller bushings, the new bushings. So what really needs to happen is the mounts need to move up an inch. I really don't want to do that, because I'm tired of redoing stuff. Having to do everything 2 or 3 damn times on this, and it's really frustrating. I mean, and look how pretty that is. It's perfect. It's done. It doesn't need to do anything. Leave it alone. But fate says, oh no, fuck you. You're going to have to redo this, because that's what Garrett has to do. Garrett has to do everything 2 or 3 times. And I'm so mad. I'm going to do everything I can to get away without having to redo those, because I don't want to. I guess tomorrow I need to take some more final measurements, get some more concrete measurements. Lay a big piece of my flat bar across the top here and measure from the bottom of it down to the floor pan, and then do the same thing on one of the trucks outside that are stock. See what that measurement is, compare it to this one. Measure the bottom of the flanges on the transmission and transfer case to the ground, see how much different they are, see what I can do to compensate. Obviously the best middle ground is going to be to run this as flat as possible, with everything back there as close to where it needs to be as possible. This is like elephant fine-tuning, where you need to do a lot to get a little. And I don't know how else to put that. I guess hopefully you understand what I mean. You know, elephants can't really do anything small because they're huge. Anyway, that's what I'm getting at. So, and that's even going to affect stuff as small as like where my fan sits and whether the fan is too big for where it goes or not. Or, you know, the more tilt there is on the fan, the farther forward I have to mount the radiator, which means less room for an intercooler, which negates the whole damn purpose of this project. Because I want an intercooled 5.9 liter for more power and economy. Anyway, I'm out here late at night now, frustrated, tired of messing with this stuff. I just want to get this done. I've burn up some of my brand new paint on the cross member, welding another piece on, and it just any of you guys that have done stuff like this before, you know where I'm at right now. You know how it feels, and you know how frustrating it is, and you know I've had a couple of beers, and I mean a couple. I haven't been drinking all day. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for catching up, keeping up with the project. I appreciate all the views. I appreciate all the comments and the likes on the videos. You know, keep watching, keep up. It'll be done eventually, and then you'll know all the little pieces and parts of what you need to do this yourself. Check out our sponsor, Big Mike's, in the description below. you need parts for this project, he's got more than you think he's got, and the few things he might not have, he can get. So, yeah, and there's going to be more specific things like that that you don't even know what I'm talking about, but it's coming. Just keep that in mind. So, we'll catch you later, guys. Appreciate it.